guys, and welcome back to the super yummy kitchen.
Today we are with Chef Andrew and we are cooking fish finger burritos. We're cooking these meals with our families,
learning new skills and having loads of fun.
Here are all the ingredients you need.
Chef Dan is joining us from London.
Hi guys, Chef Dan here from Chartwells, and we're from London, and this is Lily here, my daughter. We're at the Super Yummy Kitchen. We decided to come outside because it's great, glorious weather today. So inspired by Chef Andrew, big up to Chef Andrew. I hope you're doing well, my friend.
Hello, Dan. It's good to see you and your family.
We're going to make some fish burritos today, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
We also want to say hi to
Oscar and Darcy. Hi.
How you doing, guys? You all right?
Hi, Lily and Dan.
Let's get cooking!
Don't forget to wash your hands before you start cooking.
Here I am again, back in the garden, and today we're going to make a fish finger burrito with lots of sides and additions to really make it your own. That's the whole fun of a burrito, of course. And the first thing I'm going to do is just take you through the ingredients. Now, these are the basic ingredients. We'll show you some more later on. We have got some black-eyed beans, a floury tortilla, a wonderful zesty fresh orange, one of my favourite herbs, coriander, some carrots, some rice, tomatoes, a little bit of tomato puree, and some great spices that really bring the whole thing to life. So I'm going to wash my hands and let's get cooking.
Are you ready, Darcy?
We sure are.
Really important parts of a burrito, of course, is the rice. Now, we've got tomato rice. Now, if you go back to the channel, if you look at the rainbow rice episode, it's exactly the same. Only what I've done is I've popped in, when we pop in the water, I've just popped in a tablespoonful of tomato puree that makes it tomatoey and makes it a fantastic colour. And then all we need to do, of course, is fluff the rice, as we did normally before, to bring it all back to life and make it lovely and fluffy. So now the rice is nicely fluffed up. We just need to pop that in a bowl with a couple of other ingredients. Now, you can see the colour is absolutely amazing. I think it's the nicest thing about tomato rice. Just going to pop that all into the bowl. There we go. There. And now I'm going to add some black-eyed beans. It said pinto beans on the recipe, but I couldn't get hold of them, but any beans will do. So we've got lovely pinto, cannelli beans, kidney beans, anything, as long as there's a bit of a bean in there.
Chop your tomatoes into chunks and add the rice. It's a sharp knife, so my mummy is doing it for me.
Those tomatoes look beautiful. So ripe and so red.
So that's the rice sorted out. Now we just need to look at the really lovely little zesty slaw made just from carrots and a little bit of orange. So I'm going to pop the carrot into a bowl, and I'm going to grate a little bit more carrots. I think we need a little bit more than that. And let's see who's the quickest, me or Allegra.
Sorry, Chef Andrew, you're never going to beat Allegra's super grating powers.
I think you might be right, Oscar.
I can't keep up either.
Come on, you lot. Back to the zesty slaw.
So first thing I need to do is take a lovely big orange, and they're great this time of year, and I'm going to zest it on a grater. And that's really important when you zest it, that you just work your way around, or don't zest the same place twice. We don't want to use the white part, just the lovely, oily, gorgeous zest that's really zingy. So I'm going to start zesting the orange, moving it round all the time, and keep your orange moving as you go around. And you can see the change, you can see where the white part is, so don't go over it again.
Oh yeah, I can see the orange zest. It smells amazing.
Doesn't it just smell like summer? Cut your orange in half and squeeze that juice out. Go on, Darcy and Joe, work those muscles.
Chop your coriander up finely, including the stalks,
Why do you think we also use the stalks, Oscar?
because they have tons of flavour.
I've taught you well. Spot on. Pop it all in a bowl and give it a really good mix.
Now, to bring the burrito to a little bit of Mexican life, we've got some little spices in here. So I have smoked paprika, ground cumin, mild chili powder, and a little bit of garlic powder. And we're just going to mix those together and sprinkle them on top of the fish fingers. That's it.
I love fish fingers, Chef Andrew. I can't wait to try the Mexican flavours.
You're going to love them, Darcy. Once you've got them coated, pop them in the oven, but make sure you follow the instructions on the packet.
The great thing about burrito, of course, is making it just for yourself. I've got a few things that make it super special just for you. We've got some grated cheese, some yogurt, some spring onions, some red onions, some cucumber, some pepper, the lovely zesty zingy carrot slaw that we made, some chilies if you like things a little bit fiery, lots of lovely crispy crunchy lettuce, and of course, the little radishes from the super yummy kitchen.
Look at these little gems, Darcy.
They're so cute. I hope you're going to wash them first.
Yes, of course, Darcy. I shall wash them thoroughly.
And one of my favourite things when it comes to making burritos, of course, is everyone's favourite of the moment, avocado, smashed avocado. And that's what we're going to do, a really simple way to do that. Just get your avocado, let's just cut it in half.
Just gently tap your knife into the stone, a little twist, and it comes out quite easily. But be careful, make sure you get an adult to do this.
Now all we need to do now is to stop it from going brown, is just a little spritz of fresh lime, a little bit of lime. Catch the seeds in your hand, that's lovely, and that'll stop it from going brown.
Now the best bit, smash it.
Go on, Andrew, smash it.
Well done, Lily. That tartar sauce herby dip looks fantastic.
Now for the fun part. I've got everything ready, the rice, the slaws, all the little bits and pieces. Just need to get the fish fingers out of the oven and we're ready to start building our burritos all together. Now it's time to build your burrito, the favourite part, the really great bit. So the important thing with your floury tortilla is that they're warm. Don't make that mistake. They need to be kind of soft and rolly. Either pop them in the microwave for a couple of seconds or in the oven. I'm just going to warm mine through in my pan here.
Chef Dan's made his own flatbreads.
Got flatbreads on a little tray. Obviously, if you don't have a pizza oven, you can do this in your normal oven. You can put it on a tray, or if you've got a pizza stone, it's not a problem at all.
You can tell you're a chef, Dan. What an amazing pizza oven. What else are you doing with your fish finger burrito?
We've kind of had a bit of a heat wave over here recently, but what's really great at the moment is these peas, and we're just waiting for the actual peas to come through. You can see they're starting to flower now, but we're going to just use the little fronds, the little pea shoots on the side. So I think they will work really well with our fish fingers.
Oh, you can't beat fresh pea shoots.
So the first thing I'm going to pop in is the hot rice, the warm rice. Now that actually keeps the burrito nice and pliable. So a couple of spoonfuls of warm rice into the bottom half of your burrito. And then I think the fish fingers. So a couple of the fish fingers, one fish finger, two fish finger, and now whatever I fancy. Let's pop in a little bit of our lovely zingy carrot slaw. Delicious. Oh, and the lovely soft, smooth, lovely guacamole. And because I like things a little bit spicy, I think we'll go a little bit of chilli as well. Wipe my hands, and now I'm going to fold it in half, and then the clever bit, I'm going to bring it back halfway. So if you can see, it starts then to form the circle and make it lovely and firm. Fold in the sides, and then roll again. And there you have it. A really delicious, super yummy fish finger burrito.
Now cut it in half. Look at that. Super tasty. Now back to Lily and me chef friend Dan.
That's it. Put it in nice and tight. Well done. Good girl. That's good.
Should I fold the end?
No, you can leave it as it is. And I'm going to cut mine just in half.
Just squishy stuff.
Look at that.
Let's see how Dan did his. Look at those flatbreads. He's made a lovely dip and he's using his wonderful homegrown pea shoots. He's got radishes too. Oh, I could just eat that now.
So there we go. We've got homemade flatbreads made by me, Chef Dan and Lily.
And me.
And Lily, of course, can't forget you. With some homemade tartar sauce, yogurt tartar sauce, some fresh radishes from our garden and some pea shoots as well. So yeah, let's enjoy, Lils. Stay safe, guys, and we'll see you all soon. Take care now. Bye.
I do hope you enjoy making those. I sure did. It looks fantastic, tastes fantastic. Until the next time, be kind to people.
Georgie, is there a reason Chef Andrew added carrot slaw to his burrito recipe?
Well, Oscar, not only does the carrot slaw taste great in this burrito, but the vitamin C in the carrots and oranges help the body to take in the iron from the beans. Without it, the body wouldn't be able to absorb it as easily.
Wow, that's amazing! So some vitamins help others to be absorbed and used in the body.
Yes, exactly. So next time you're eating any green veg, beans or lentils, Oscar, try squeezing some lemon or orange on top.
Next time, we are with Chef Allegra and she is cooking tuna and salmon fish cakes. And joining us all the way from beautiful Green Ireland is Chef Magic and his son Timon. Don't forget to check out the fish finger burrito activity.
And it's simply delicious.
And super yummy. Brought to you by Chartwells.
See you next time.